Hi everyone, I'm John Lynn, the founder and chief editor at Healthcare IT Today, and we're excited to bring you another in our series of interviews with top leaders in healthcare IT. And we're here at the HIMSS 2021 conference, and give us your name, your title, and the company you work for.
Sure. Hey everyone, I'm Sid Kandan, CEO of Stel Life. We produce a vitals hub for patients that might be struggling from the digital divide.
Awesome. And so, you have these devices here, which I love, right? So talk about it. You have your first generation device and then how it's evolved. Tell us what's packed into this and then how it's evolved from the first to second generation.
Yeah, sure. So it's really just a black box that patients can plug in at home. And if they have any Bluetooth or wireless medical devices like a scale, blood pressure, glucometer, thermometer, they just have to use it within 100 feet of our hub. We'll do everything in the background, pick up the signal and send it right to their health records so their care teams can stay involved and keep track of them. A lot of patients don't, I think we saw in the pandemic, a lot of patients went through the change of care, but just because care is moving to the digital channels doesn't guarantee access to those channels. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to create a solution that was easy to use for patients that may not be familiar with technology, may not have the tablets, the infrastructure, or Wi-Fi. It's a really simple plug-and-play solution. You just plug it in, take your vitals. That's it.
And I think something that makes yours unique, if I remember right, is that it's already connected to the peripheral devices. Is that how you work it?
Yeah, exactly. So we just got our patent awarded for passive wireless communications for the apparatus and methodology. And we do the key exchange and all the complex Bluetooth stuff in the background. So when we have a wide list of hundreds of devices and patients just have to take their measurements, there's no setup or additional pairing steps of going to settings and going through that flow.
So good enough, even a senior can do it.
Yeah.
So, we can see the obvious difference. There's a big antenna on the older one and not. I mean, are there any other changes beyond that?
Yeah, we're using a couple different modules. We rushed this during the pandemic because I think there's a lot of people in need and we had to get a product out immediately. We were dealing with supply chain considerations and everything that a lot of the manufacturers are going through. Over time, we were able to make it a little nicer form factor. So we're going into production with this new model, and we should have units out by November.
Awesome. So let's talk about this hub idea anyways. I think we first met because of a Twitter exchange where I said, why can't it all just go over 4G? So, is the hub the future, or why can't we just connect it wirelessly over the networks?
Yeah. So from a manufacturing perspective, to add Bluetooth to your device, it's fairly simple. It's a very cheap Bluetooth module you throw on your device, and bada bing, you're done. It's very simple, and there's a lot of devices that have Bluetooth in it already. To add Wi-Fi or to add cellular into your module, it gets very costly, especially now during the chip shortage, where there's supply chain timelines of 52 weeks to buy new modules, or it's hundreds of dollars. And an average, like a module would be about $40. So you're talking about like a Bluetooth module, which is like $1 or pennies, to a more expensive Wi-Fi module or to a cell module. There's also a risk with where you're getting the cell module from, whereas a Bluetooth module, because it's not connected to the wide network and you're going through an intermediary device, there's less risk or harm of it going to unwanted sources.
So there's a security play there too. That's interesting. So, I mean, how many devices could you connect? Is there a limit to like one hub? And are we going to have 15 hubs for all of our? How's that going to evolve?
Yeah, great question. So in hospitals, we can connect up to 16 devices per hub actively, and that can switch between multiple different units. So if you have trackers in the hospital, you can switch between dozens of trackers at a time. For the home use, though, I think it's actually a lot simpler to connect a bunch of Bluetooth devices, because at some point, patients shouldn't even really think about, oh, I have to connect my device. They should just worry about using it and staying connected to their care team.
Awesome. Well, I love the product. I love where it's going. I mean, I think we all, one of the themes here at HIMSS is that we're going to have more data from more devices from the home for patients. But the question's always, how are you going to get that data to the right people? And so, it seems like that's what you've accomplished. Is that what you've heard from people as you've talked here at HIMSS?
Yeah, absolutely. We're really excited to talk to a couple of different types of companies, ones that are making specialty devices. Like there's INR machines now, there's EMDR machines that are coming out, new specialty devices that are adding Bluetooth every day, and I think you're getting more accessibilities to patients at home. On the second end, you're actually adding to this mesh network concept, and I think eventually we want to make sure our operating system is in routers and smart TVs and smart toothbrushes even, so they can connect to those devices and other devices to the network and to the health records.
That's awesome. So where can people go to learn more about your company and the product?
Thanks. Yeah, we're online at www.stel.life. That's STEL.life. And yeah, you can hit me up at sid@stel.life.
Awesome. And thanks everyone for watching. If you want to find more great healthcare IT content like this, be sure to check it out at healthcareittoday.com. Thanks, Sid.
Thanks, John.